Tyler Perry presents Wine. I know if some of y'all caught that reference. Judging by the title, considering I was stressed out writing that checklist. Alright. I want to write the script for the video, but the checklist getting a fucking headache. It looks nice. Yeah. But yeah, we're back at it again. Good morning, everyone. I got annoyed watching the Continental Drift video until I suck. But yeah, it's more jokes about Tyler Perry again. Lionsgate listened and they legit partially blocked my stream, which is somehow still up. Sonic High School, what the hell is that? It's fucking heritage, goddamn. I can't show that scene, but I'm just gonna. Here, this is the reference right here. Hold on. Yikes. Here. Here it is. Tyler Perry presents a gay homo that lives in his basement. Yup, you know what happened last time? I'm not playing the Lionsgate logo. I'm only playing it for... The only time I play it is for a few seconds, and that's it. I'm not risking this. Hold on. Yeah. I'm not risking that one. I'm only putting the shorter version. There. No more. That's... Yeah, I'm not doing the longer version. I'm only going to do it for a few seconds, and that's it. Not doing that one this time, because...
Looking at that next repair, or...
Oh. Alright, let's take a look at the Sonic High School fanfic. Oh, fuck, the bag's about to die. It's about to be a Todd Perry nightmare. What is this? I remember there was a parody on it, and I keep on playing it nonstop. Ah, yes, I miss 2015. Handstand. Now it's lost media, but I still remember what it sounds like. It's like the poorly misspelled version of the Sonic accent show. Poorly mispronounced Sonic accent show. It's how it actually sounded, but I cannot find any archives of it. Nostalgia hits through. I'm kind of surprised that this was in the first movie, honestly. There's no way you can find it now. It was fun to play it over and over again. And still one. I can't play it because copyright. Since we're talking about Sonic media, we're just gonna review some stuff. I already seen the original. It's too funny to. The way he makes these noises is just funny. But still, the lyrics are posted on. So I'm trying to find it. It's like his throat was hurting. There's no way you can find it again. It's kind of sad. Oh man. Oh, it was deleted too. It's so funny to play it over and over again. You can't play it anymore, and it's just dead. The whole story is like The Room. Interesting. It's legit how it sounded. There's no way you can find it. It's not archived. It's supposed to be a funny parody of the Sonic X intro. But now you can't find it anywhere. It's on a cheaper budget. It's not like he has throat cancer or something. Insanely had me cackling almost the whole time. That my throat fucking hurts. This Law and Order SVU. Oh shit. Explosions are fine. Does these weird ass noises. It sounds hilarious. Go! I always hate Super Mario, but I just think Sonic's better. Alright, I'm gonna check it. Hold on. I'm still stuck on my bed, so jaws red. Hold on. I just want to check it too. Everybody hates this guy. Oh shit! Fuck. I never get tired. I still remember some what he said. It's the way he says you gotta go fast, and it's just funny. The butter wasn't hot enough. I mean, all my titles are all jokes, so yeah. Especially in the description and the song gags or whatever. Alright, let's take a look at the fanfic after this one. Asians do good with their food, though. Alright, let's do this. Bro, this got me tired doing the checklist. So I've been doing it all day. What the hell? I'm just gonna go through the video because it's a lot easier. Hold on. Alright. Let the adventures begin. Because you're. Oh, I forgot to mention, we're also doing Law House Part 3. That's another one. Alright. Let the games begin. In honor of the Law House review dropping probably next week or the week after that. I don't know. Alright, start it. And away we go. I can't wait. Let's see how worse it gets.
Well, it's February, romance in the air, and I have to put out a video. So I thought, why not celebrate the month of love with something that I hate? Seems pretty fitting for times like these, which is why we're turning to an oh-so-dependable source of memes and
Wait a minute. No. Hold on. Let me find that one real quick. Hold on. Real fast. I got the fucking wrong video.
Texas. I only got Bojangles.
Shut the fuck up.
Mock.
I'm just gonna skip all the way to
Sonic High School joins the ever-growing list of fanfiction with copyrighted characters reimagined as rude, violent, hypersexual assholes. In a world where logic is actively brutalized by their angsty teenage authors. Unlike My Immortal and Moondaughter, however, Sonic High School is comfortably more well-written. That doesn't mean it's good, however.
Hold on. Is there any... I didn't even know there's an animated version of this.
Sift. Sonic High School. Sonic woke up and looked at the clock. 7 o'clock, it said. And Sonic screamed.
Whoa! I am late for school! I have to get to school now!
Said Sonic, jumping out of bed. Sonic put on his clothes really fast and ran out of his room because he is fast.
Not the Sonic intro.
Time for breakfast!
Said Sonic as he ran past Sonic's mum. You will regret this, said Sonic's mum, leering at him from the kitchen stove, wearing aprons and oven mitts on her hands. Sonic did not care.
It's easy just to see that described.
Sonic ran outside and ran to the bus stop.
Oh, the shirt went the line.
When people were getting on
Uganda, Knuckles, and Tails.
Tails! Knuckles! Wait for me!
Said Sonic as he ran towards the bus.
Hey, Knuckles, it's Sonic.
Said Tails to Knuckles at the bus stop.
You know the way.
Wait, said Knuckles to Tails before getting on the bus. Sonic ran so fast to the bus, and he got on the bus after Tails.
Just in time.
Puffing and puffing like he was doing the Cupid shuffle for the first time.
Yeah.
Sonic sat down next to Tails, and Knuckles sat behind them,
My dog
taking
likes
up
me most of
both
the time.
seats. I am so bad, said Knuckles, laughing because he sat where two people could sit. Knuckles did this every day, and no one bothered him. But they all knew that it was against the rules. The bus started and drove at the school and parked, and they got out.
We're at school now.
Said
I've been
Tails.
watching this for 3
It
hours.
is time to go to class.
Sonic was also at the school,
The room 2,
so he
Sonic
went to
High
his
School.
first class of the day.
The room
English
2,
class.
Sonic's Greatest Adventure.
Sonic did not like English very much, but he did not like any class very much that was not about running and going fast, which is what Sonic does best. Sonic got to his class and sat down in his seat.
It is journal day.
Said Sonic's English teacher, Mrs. Lesson.
Mrs.
Take out
Lesson.
your journals and put them in a pile, and I will read one of your entries to the class.
Sonic took out his blue journal, of course it was blue, and ran out in front of everyone quickly and put his journal on the desk and ran back to his desk. With all of his
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Hold on, I'm gonna go back. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to
I'm
the
doing it. I'm gonna get the Monopoly Panini Prism FIFA World Cup 2026.
Hold on.
Box. Let's see
quick
what
technical
It
difficulty.
just means the grammar alone doesn't make me want to kill myself. I'd more liken it to the tough to be readable. Because
Skip the blabbering.
wow! One day I woke up and got an email from this website saying that my story was taken down for containing copyrighted content. It doesn't do that. This is my story, and I wrote it.
Oh,
Is he
okay.
cool, Cat?
Wow! 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 Wow!
Wow. To be fair, though, he has a point. Why did his story get taken down when the very website itself is called fanfiction.net? Makes me wonder if he's being unfairly targeted, or if he's not being honest with us. Either way, the story is terrible. Funny enough, the work was reposted to AO3 in 2018, which appears to show the original author's notes. Sonic High School features Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Amy, Rouge, SBO, I have no idea who that is, and more in crazy high school drama, passionate romances.
Wait, hold on.
Let me check our note real quick. Holy shit. It's not long enough. Why is he part on Spike TV? That's kind of strange. Dancing with Smurfs. Gotta make sure I got the right video too. Let's see. Talkers meet the Browns. Ew, no. That movie sucked. Why are they premiering Joker 2? That movie's terrible. This is good for now. Alright, let's get back to the video.
The cliffhanger endings. I get the feeling this is going to be a crazy story. I don't know why, but the word crazy seems to factor significantly into this one.
My, channel
Crazy, right?
Change my
It is
remote,
known
don't
as
work.
the most addictive story online, and it is the ultimate Sonic story about high school. Okay.
Is
the
this
last part,
Sonic
I
Boom or
believe,
is this
because if we mean ultimate
The Room?
as in final, then this story is clearly the last thing we'll ever see before the sun grows into a red giant and parboils all life on Earth. The prophecy foretold. Mankind shall bear witness to terrible Sonic fanfiction as ravening fire consumes all that is known and loved. This story contains no graphic descriptions, and all the high school students are 18 years old. So wait, if it contains no graphic descriptions, then why does he need to disclose that they're legal adults? I'm afraid. Also, is there seriously a Sonic character named Cream the Rabbit? That's not a name, that's a euphemism for God knows what. Hey girl, why don't you come over tonight and we can cream the rabbit? Cream the rabbit is just fated to become another.
Cream
Either
the
that,
rabbit.
or Cream the Rabbit is just fated to become another unfortunate jar denizen. Also, geez, spoiler alert. So, chapter 1 begins with Sonic being late for school. And of course, this writer had to invoke the introduce your main character being late cliche. He barely makes it to the bus where he meets his friends Tails and Knuckles. Tails says extremely obvious things like anyone cares. I have a feeling that's pretty accurate to his character. And Knuckles is mentally challenged and so fat he takes up multiple seats on the bus. This is apparently an affront to both man and God. Yes, the deformed talking echidna was bad enough, but sitting in 2 seats at the same time? Hell. Despite being the fastest thing alive, Sonic is so winded it was as if he had just done the Cupid Shuffle for the first time. Okay, time.
Cupid Shuffle. Why does that sound familiar?
Yeah, never mind. Now I remember. I had to move my screen because it keeps on flipping around. My arm's gonna hurt when I do that shit, bro. I haven't heard that song in years. All I heard is in the Wild Wild Webs, the intro. Let's do it. Oh, shit. Who the fuck will use this?
You know how I know this was written by a Catholic middle schooler in the early 2010s? Because I heard the goddamn Cupid Shuffle at every middle school dance at Catholic school. I relate to Dark Doom Firemaster on a spiritual level. I feel as though the scales have been peeled from my eyes. Someone canonized this man already because no other soul, living or dead, has more perfectly embodied the Catholic experience. Sorry. The first thing they do at school is have their journals read out loud by their teacher. Mrs. Lesson, really? Does she belong in the same camp as Boris Badenoff? She is tall and white and had gray hair and was not pretty. Okay, if we're being so blunt about her physical appearance, so why not mention her dog-nosed tits or her weapons-grade cankles, huh? She flips to a random entry in Sonic's journal and reads, Dear Journal, I called the doctor today about a problem. I have a problem with my balls. They are itchy and it is difficult to sit still with them because they are so itchy. I have to back up against stucco surfaces and rub
Bro,
them
is this
down
a reference to
relieve
Red the
itchiness.
Millers?
No creams have worked. Creams only make my ball sweat smell like the breath of a thoroughbred, and I think Amy, my girlfriend, noticed. I hope my doctor calls. Love, Sonic.
All because your balls hurt? Insane.
I am angry. This story fills me with rage. Firstly, maybe Mrs. Lesson could learn a few lessons herself about discretion. What the fuck's her problem? Secondly, do not ask me why or how this author got the context to compare the smell of his ball sweat to the breath of a thoroughbred. Maybe the jar is more relevant than we assumed. Thirdly, Sonic only pleads her to stop reading after she's just finished an entire paragraph's worth of his testicular problems. For the fastest thing alive, he sure is slow on the uptake. It's like that one bit in Family Guy where Stewie accidentally plays an embarrassing recording out loud and he just stands there like an idiot while the joke drags on for far too long.
We have a really big show. Okay, and now a word from our sponsors.
So Sonic goes home embarrassed and takes an angry shit that's so rancid the neighbors have an HOA meeting over the smell. We also learn that Sonic keeps his porn collection literally scattered all over his room so he can think about having sex with Amy Rose when he's not having sex with Amy Rose.
So he's just goons?
Horrible things like this just happen every other line. And you're too caught up with horrible thing number 1 that horrible thing number 2 doesn't even register until you've already read horrible thing number 5. The whole fucking story is like this. With each paragraph, this author invents new ways to rack up your systolic pressure. It's like getting shot, then rubbing salt in the wound, and then applying lemon juice, and then getting shot again in the same spot, only to realize that the wound's being necrotized by flesh-eating maggots, and you're like, oh my god, I've been shot. But I digress. Apparently, prom is that night, a fact that Sonic conveniently forgot. So they opt to take a limo driven by someone who is described as like a person, but darker colored. What the fuck? But then the driver explains that despite just pulling up to Sonic's house, the limo is broken eternally. So they decide to just run to the prom instead. I am going to throw something. Fuck it. Here it comes. Yeah! Fucking prick. Why would you include a scene with a limo if they could just run to the prom anyway? Why would you need to include a scene with a limo driver who was like a person but darker colored? Who knew a story about multicolored hedgehogs fucking each other could be so intolerant? And now there's an eternally broken limousine blocking Sonic's driveway. This can't get much worse. Speaking of which, Eggman's at the prom, and he's described as a fat, immature gay.
Okay, interesting.
I mean, even with my limited knowledge of Sonic the Hedgehog, I know Eggman's at least two of those things. Maybe it varies day to day. It turns out the whole thing was a trap, informed by Eggman's sinister greeting. Welcome to a graveyard of you. Did Fawful write this? Eggman's master plan is to capture Sonic so he can kiss and do sex with Amy Rose.
Bro,
thus
what?
robbing Sonic of his capacity to date. Oh, merciful Neptune. I don't even know anymore. It's much too early in the story to feel this broken. We're on chapter 3 out of 25. I can only assume the winter is weakening my resolve. Or maybe there's witchcraft afoot. Either way, the story is terrible. Sonic evades Eggman.
Yeah,
and
it
finds
is so
Amy tied
bad,
up in his
but
bed,
at
he's
the
such
same
a
time,
hopeless
it's a bit
sex pest
funny.
that all I can think about is her boobs. They crack a safe by guessing
Bro!
the password, which is just Chaos Emeralds backwards. But not before Amy guesses wrong, and Sonic...
Go back what you said. Go back what you
finds
said.
Amy tied up in his bed. Such a hopeless sex pest that all I can think about is her boobs.
Bro. Are you at prom or are you at Hooters? What the fuck is the difference?
They crack a safe by guessing the password, which is just Chaos Emeralds backwards. But not before he reminds himself that he only loves her for her body. I swear to God, if this fanfic
I know someone who likes that.
had an odor in dry smegma and repression. So I consider that a typical episode of this fanfiction. A barrage of Sonic characters tangled in increasingly cruel and stupid scenarios, peppered with ridiculous non sequiturs, and caked in a yeasty veneer of horniness. Actually, you know what?
Hold on, let me pause this real quick. There we go. So it can be a little easier.
Video's over. I just summed up the absolute state of fanfiction. Take care, everyone. I'll see you all next time.
Bye-bye.
Side note, I make these fanfic reviews under the impression that they're written unironically, even though most of them are just elaborate shit posts. But honestly, I don't care. At least one of them had to be written in good faith, so why not humor the rest of them? We get an obligatory character introduction at the lunch table scene where we meet the rest of the cast. Shadow, who's so edgy that he wants to kill his parents, and everything he says is punctuated with ellipsis. Espio, who's a chameleon, apparently. Seriously, what the fuck is that? Charmy B, who's the recipient of homophobic slurs, courtesy of Knuckles. And Rouge, who attracts Espio's attention on account of her tiny bra. What? I got nothing.
Good thing I don't buy micro bikinis. Yikes. I expected worse after writing this checklist. Alright.
Let's continue. At the behest of an extremely obscene fortune cookie, Sonic and Tails conspire to help Espio get inside Rouge's pants with the help of an invisibility cap made specifically by Tails. This makes them both invisible somehow. Then, on their date, Espio, with the help of his newly acquired science hat, tells Rouge that he wishes to begin sex. I forgot to mention this writer is allergic to the phrase have sex, So he instead just uses a bunch of moronic substitutes. Rage sex, do their first sex, make sex, begin sex, start sex. Either he lost a bet and this is his punishment, or he's trying to settle a bet and stick it to one of his dopey friends. Either way, the story is terrible. Anyway, let the lovemaking between a chameleon and a bat commence. SBO's Nerection.
I just want an erection so I can give it to my mom.
Less is given a remarkably dignified description. A plane flying down at the airport, but instead of being full of businessmen, it was full of his creamy Italian salad dressing. Rouge's genitals, in turn, are likened to a surprised ghost. And the actual first contact is described as a moth avenger entering Rouge's vagina spot. Ugh. Men writing women, am I right? Then, after SPO slaps his dick from side to side inside Rouge like a hot dog windshield wiper, he sodomizes her and then declares the arrival of his climax with the catchphrase,
Bro, are you serious?
Great. Now my fucking dick hurts from doing this, from hearing this shit, bro. Shit's so fucking strange. You can't be serious, bro. You can't, bro. Try and get this to calm down so we can continue on. It hurts. Legit hurts, bro. I'm just gonna speed it up so I won't.
it's semen time. SBO's been noted in the text as a sex professional, by the way. To this writer, intercourse is an amorphous, physics-defying process at the mercy of male prepubescent eldritch forces, where the possibilities are as limitless as the intertwining of imagination and arousal. Penises routinely grow to the size of automobiles, boobs fill the room like it's a day that ends in Y, semen is a slip-and-slide superpower, period blood is weaponized with the power of love, and both male and female genitals are swapped and retracted like the various attachments of a multi-tool. Real Rich, coming from an author whose sexual experience consists of grabbing his chode and swinging it around like a matraca. As the school week progresses, several more episodes rear their ugly heads, each more absurd than the last, such as this one. Rouge apparently has a one-day gestation period, a fact which startles SBO, as he schemes to slip a abortion pill in Rouge's salad. Sonic acknowledges that the baby would not survive. In fact, it would die. But SBO is too late, as Rouge gives birth that day from her ass, with the assistance of Mrs. Lesson, who is also the school labor and delivery specialist, because this fucking school needs one of those apparently, and it's revealed that the baby belongs to Knuckles. What's hilarious is that this is the more scientifically valid explanation. It would be theoretically easier for a bat and an echidna to crossbreed than a bat and a chameleon. You know, two mammals instead of, a mammal and a reptile and, shoot me. This spurns Knuckles and Espio to get into a fistfight that turns into a spit-swapping makeout session, and then you are not ready for this. Whatever insane, depraved thing is going through your head right now, cast it aside, chain it to the floor, and beat it with a stick. It is nothing compared to what actually happens. Through the power of love, Knuckles ascends, turns into an entity of light, flies into Rouge's mouth, and is reborn as a baby through her ass. And this is explained by Tails as a process called body donation, a scientific theory invented by Albert Einstein, who discovered it when his wife loved his pasta dish so much that she became a baby herself, resulting in Einstein murdering her because she was too dangerous to live. It is not magic, it is science, so deal with it. I am not dealing with it. In fact, I am struggling. I just witnessed a man become his own father through the power of love. No one comes out of that without picking up a few additional brain tumors made of lead. So now Rouge has two children. One named Knuckles Jr., who is the child of Rouge and Knuckles, and one named Knuckles, who is just Knuckles, but reborn as a baby through Rouge's ass. Anyway, now the students have to do a nativity scene. The tonal whiplash has dislodged my cerebral cortex from my skull. I am now functionally a lizard. It's in this scene we learn a little more about the author, mostly that he hates theater kids and that he thinks school productions are gay. Honestly, valid. Joseph
Yeah,
is
it's
played
true.
by Silver the Hedgehog, who was
I've done
introduced in a
plays
previous
before.
chapter where Shadow had sex with his car, and no, I'm not elaborating on that. The Virgin Mary is portrayed by Charmy Bee, because according to the text, everyone thought he was a girl. And Jesus is portrayed by Knuckles, who remember was reborn as a baby from Rouge's ass through the power of love. The play is interrupted when Charmy Bee attempts to sacrifice baby Jesus to Moloch, but then a bomb explodes with a huge explosion, and after a brief chase scene where Sonic takes a break to clog a toilet, and Amy uses her aforementioned period blood attack, it's revealed that Charmy Bee was a robot the whole time. This is because Vector the Crocodile felt his standing as the football team captain was threatened by both Espio and Knuckles, so he arranged a fistfight between Espio and Knuckles. But when Knuckles was reborn from Rouge's ass through the power of love, Vector instead killed the real Charmy Bee and commissioned a robot clone of Charmy Bee from Osama bin Laden.
What? Bin Laden?
I need a break. So, Knuckles Jr. is able to identify the location of Charmy Bee's corpse because he's clairvoyant now, and Sonic discovers that Vector hid Charmy Bee in the house of the school lunch lady. The school lunch lady is a super strong, hearing impaired Bangladeshi woman from Mongolia who speaks like Big the Cat, meaning, the author explains, that because she's deaf, she speaks like she's retarded, but she's really not, unlike Big the Cat, who actually is retarded. She's the best character in the story, exemplified in this one scene where Lunch Lady refuses to accept Sonic's gratitude and instead introduces him to an ancient ritual she learned in Bangladesh. Sex thanking. If the previous love scene was any indication of where this one is going, then you must have read a different love scene. You know how it's said that gazing upon Cthulhu would break your mind because of how vast and incomprehensible he is? This scene would make Cthulhu small and pitiful enough to writhe in the palm of your hand. Ready?
Oh, shit.
Here we go. Sonic is enraptured by the lunch lady's nether regions, likening them to a sideways piece of lasagna in between two dogs walking down an
Not
away from it.
again.
There are not words yet invented to describe how batshit this is. Sonic then chews and nibbles on it, inducing such ecstasy in her that she pounds craters in the ground. Somehow, he's able to scoop eggs out of her with his tongue and then shove his head inside her coot, roll it around like a hula hoop, and then shout, "Yeah!" inducing climax via the echoes. Remember when I said I was functionally a lizard? We're past that now. I am now at the level of a notochord, an embryonic bundle of nerves that just hits the bare minimum threshold for organic material. So after Sonic defeats Vector by petrifying him with his balls, and Charmy Bee's severed head is mounted in the school theater because that's what he would have wanted, Sonic is hit with a double whammy. Not only does he find out that
Are you
Amy
talking about
cheated on him
Champ
with
Kind?
Cream via Tails' stunning revelation that he found Amy's bracelet in Cream's vagina, but he also learns that
Amy's bracelet in... You can't, bro. This can't be real, man. Well, this looks like I'm watching a VeggieTales episode, except it's gotten worse and worse over the years. I love VeggieTales. It's a classic. Let's keep going. We're on the last 2 minutes of it anyway, so let's make this a little finish.
Is testicular disease. Yeah, remember that from chapter 1? A real Chekhov's ball sack is an ultra rare and debilitating condition that will spread if he ever has sex. Meaning, even if Amy hadn't cheated on Sonic, Sonic can never doink anyone in his life. This was actually foreshadowed in another fortune cookie that read, "One man's pubic illness will cause the death of millions."
Except the room was a lot
also
funnier
reveals
than
that he
this.
recently graduated 7th grade. Somehow I feel we could have guessed that already. This drives Sonic into a state of sadness and fury. He dyes his fur black. He gets the phrase, "fuck girls," tattooed across his chest. He starts doing marijuana. He beats Amy so bad he dislodges all of her teeth. And
somebody did no, I'm also not gonna say Chris Brown or iTunes because that's way too generic. What celebrities beat women though? That's my question. Oh no. Legit. Oh god, bro. Yeah, Sonic became P. Diddy. Help.
he beats Amy so bad he dislodges all of her teeth. And he is described as looking like an angry black man instead of a nice blue man like he was every other day.
What?
All of a sudden, the limo driver's characterization takes on a disturbing new light. And to really hammer in the point, this newly christened Bad Black Sonic also watches African porn and receives yet another fortune cookie that says, and I quote, "You will not have any friends if you are black."
Uh-oh.
You know, I want to believe this is just the product of some dumb 7th grader being edgy.
True.
Because that's the only way I can cope. The only thing that's convincing me to once more shoulder my cross and complete the path to Golgotha. At this point, I just want Sonic to die.
True.
And he does.
That's foreshadowing.
The story's good now. One thing I forgot to mention is that after many of these episodes conclude, there's some variation of the phrase, "high school drama is so crazy." High school was probably among the worst years of my life. And high school drama was the biggest pile of phony bullshit I've ever had to sift through. I'd rather go through all that again than read another page of this. Seriously, if you don't mind, I'm just gonna speed through the rest of this thing. In honor of our good friend, Sonic the Hedgehog, the fastest thing alive. The funeral is stupid. Sonic's friends reminisce on how morally astute he was and affirm his penile superiority. Shadow tries using the Chaos Emeralds to bring Sonic back to life, but this doesn't work because fairy tales are not real, prompting everyone to throw their shoes at him. Then realizes one Chaos Emerald is missing and finds it at Cream's house, but not before engaging in another Lovecraftian sex scene. I am so exhausted I'm not even gonna bother. Back at the funeral, Tails sings a heartfelt song in memory of his friend, Sonic the Hedgehog. And no, I'm not performing the song.
It's so
at least
bad.
Not in full.
Being a teenager is so hard. You have to learn how to drive a car. If you hit anything,
The song is horrible.
it is you to jail they will bring. You also have to go to school. It is definitely not for fools. And everything is even harder because My best friend died. Oh, my best friend died.
Bro, this song is so bad and it's hilarious.
Just want to hide. High school drama is so hard to be a part of.
But then Sonic comes back to life. He's no longer an angry black man, and the principal renames the school to Sonic High School in his honor. The end. Oh my god, my head is actually killing me. And that was...
The story didn't make any sense, but still, it was a huge laugh fest. What is this? It was just funny.
Can you make Popeye's chicken better at home?
That song was just funny. Just a weird fanfic. Yikes! I haven't had that much people here. Mostly people from the other channel, I guess. Kind of sad, but it's fun. I just don't really care about fame anyway. Just when I think you were just here for the trolling content because usually it gets you more views, but it actually doesn't. Nope, still in the works. I am going to rewatch the episode so I can get to work on it. Alright, back to the La House stuff since we're in honor of the La House review being worked on. So, yeah, I'm only doing this for a week. So, yeah, the more disturbing it gets, the more weird it gets. Okay, that didn't make sense. Oh, that's all of them. What the fuck? Let's get this one going. The adventure begins.
So, if you months ago, I made a video titled The Most Disturbing Love House Comic Ever Made, where I talked about a Love House fan comic
really
made by a
love
DeviantArt user who probably has some mental problems. In that comic, the character Sam forces herself onto Lincoln, the main character of the Love House series. And while that comic is for sure unsettling and inappropriate, the thing is, calling it the most disturbing Love House comic ever made is an obvious stretch.
Clickbait alert.
There's just so much disgusting shit about the Love House that it's damn near impossible to say which one is the worst. So, does that mean I lied to you?
Nope.
Perhaps. Perhaps I just wanted your juicy fake viewer money. But let's forget that. Recently, I came across another Love House comic that might actually be the most disturbing one ever made.
Oh,
the
boy.
comic is called The Secret, and it covers a topic that I love to talk about in this channel.
The Secret was
Loud
better
cess.
written. Rewrite the Stars was better
I
written.
know I'm not going to beat the loud cest lover allegations anytime
But
soon.
it's not your
For
fault.
those who
Sucked.
don't know, loud cest is a term used in the Loud House fandom to describe fan content that shows romantic or sexual relationships between Lincoln and one or more of his sisters. Yeah, it's basically incest fan art of the Loud.
Bro, what is up with his face? Bro, what is up with his face? Bro looks like... Oh. Not your fault. It's terrible.
House. For people that aren't familiar with the fandom, it probably sounds
What the fuck? The Lincoln plush?
It probably sounds there with the fandom. Says. Yup,
Yeah,
I know
still.
I'm not going to beat the loud cest lover allegations anytime soon. For those who don't know, loud cest is a term used in the Loud House fandom to describe fan content that shows romantic or sexual relationships between Lincoln and one or more of his sisters. Yeah, it's basically incest fan art. For people that aren't familiar with the fandom, it probably sounds insane to even have a word for something like that. But
The Lincoln
trust
plush is
me,
just
if you
funny.
spend just 5 minutes scrolling through Loud House fan art on DeviantArt or Twitter, you will
Or
understand
Blue Sky.
just how much Loudcest content actually exists. Since this video is about a comic that I'm claiming might be the most disturbing Loud House fan work ever, obviously we are going to get into some very dark and upsetting topics. So if any of the content warnings on the screen bother or trigger you, I highly suggest you click away and watch something else. I mean, Squid Game Season 3 just came out, and even though it's pretty dog shit, it's probably better than watching a retard like me explain a comic made by an Alabama gooner. But with that out of the way, let me show you just how disturbing this comic
Actually
really
looks like a horror movie.
The comic already starts off with a page that I will need to censor about 90% of. Oh boy, this will be a fun video. Luna, who is one of Lincoln's older sisters, seems to be taking advantage of him. Something that Lincoln doesn't seem comfortable with at all. Lincoln often expresses his discomfort with the not-so-moral actions he's doing with his sister, but Luna quickly shuts him down by being physically abusive. The abuse goes on for a few more pages, and after they are finished, Luna tries to comfort Lincoln because he's clearly not okay with this whole situation, as we have been witnessing. Lincoln wants to put a stop to all of this, but Luna
Yes,
doesn't.
I think this was made
After
before
an argument, Luna loses it and
that
punches
came
Lincoln
out.
in the face, leaving him with a bloody nose. She's horrified by what she just did to her brother, but at the same time, she's still mad at him. It seems like Luna and Lincoln have been having these, peculiar freaky encounters for some time now. And while at first they both might
Fucking
have
quality
enjoyed it,
pisses me
it
off.
looks like Lincoln is starting to have some second thoughts. After beating the out of Lincoln, Luna goes to take a shower, and there we see just how manipulative and abusive this bitch really is. She comes up with a plan to put
Bro,
some
this story's
weird
like a
stuff
horror
in Lincoln's
movie at this
food.
point.
It's never explained what exactly it is, but it's probably something like Molly or some other shit that will knock him out so she can go abuse him again.
Oh no,
After
bro.
leaving the drug food in Lincoln's
Shit.
room, we get this scene showing that Luna
What is it with
has
her
some kind of
eyes?
grudge against her older sister Lenny, who, as far as I can remember, in the Loud House series, she's just known for being kind of a dumbass.
Guys, I still can't see.
Copyright.
Open your eyes. It's a miracle.
And this is how the Loud House. I'm finally home, bro.
What the fuck is always these ads, bro? Shit pisses me off.
I'm gonna be in Miami. Series, she's just known for being kind of a dumbass.
Guys, I still can't see. Open your eyes. It's a miracle.
And this is
She's
how
always
chapter
been dumb.
1 ends. So let's take a second to connect some dots. Luna is clearly being written as a yandere type character, which is basically a girl who's sweet and loving on the
But
outside,
behind the
but
scenes.
has an unhealthy obsession with someone, in this case, Lincoln. She constantly gaslights herself into thinking that everything wrong
Paying
she's
bills,
doing
nigga.
is justified because it's for love. Like, yeah, I beat your ass and your food, but it's because I love you, Lincoln, not
Hell
because
no,
I'm a
you
fucking
don't.
psychopath. Speaking of the stuff she put in his food, it's revealed in one of the panels that Lincoln is on some kind of medication, and Luna was in charge of taking care of him, while everyone else was out of the house. So I guess what she put in his food could also be something that would cancel out his medication. The second chapter starts off with Luna having dreams about some bad memories. There's one where she's being bullied by a group of mean girls, one where she's being rejected by a boy, but the only memory that really stands out here is this one where we see Luann apologizing to Luna, saying that she never wanted any of this. For now, the meaning behind this dream is still a mystery, but it will be important later on. Luann wakes Luna up from her nightmare.
Oh yeah, it has some color.
Luna lost track of time while sleeping. She wanted to check if Lincoln ate the drugged food before everyone arrived home. But now, her plan is falling apart, because Lori and Lenny are already upstairs checking on Lincoln. If they find out what
I
Luna's
have
been
been
doing to him,
choice.
she's completely cooked.
It's
Luna
over.
rushes upstairs to go check on Lincoln, only to see Lori and Lenny already there. They are talking about Lincoln's condition and medication, though it is still not specified what he really suffers from. The conversation quickly gets heated when Lenny reveals that Lincoln asked her to take care of him from now on instead of Luna. This obviously upsets Luna, as it means she will no longer be in control of Lincoln and therefore won't be able to continue abusing him. She tries to argue, but Lori, as the Giga Chad older sister, shuts it down, firmly stating that Lenny would be the one taking care of Lincoln from now on. Luna begins to get, a little freaky over this, but thankfully, Luann was there to de-escalate the whole situation. However, after this, it's revealed that Luna doesn't trust Luann because of something that happened in the past, something related to that dream we saw at the beginning, where Luann is apologizing to Luna while people surround them laughing. Again, we still cannot really conclude what happened between the two of them, but we are coming closer and closer to an answer. At night, while everyone is asleep, Lincoln suddenly gets the urge to go to the bathroom. But there is one problem. There is a big-ass hallway between Lincoln's room and the bathroom. And while many kids at Lincoln's age might be worried about running into Freddy Fazbear, or Jeff the Killer at night, Lincoln is worried about running into his sister Luna. He hesitates at first, but after gathering some courage, he goes for it. And thankfully, he makes it to the bathroom safe and sound. However, sadly for Lincoln, when he returns to his room, Luna is already there waiting for him.
Oh shit.
Luna is furious about Lincoln's recent attempts to distance himself from her. Now, she wants to make sure Lincoln will never try to leave her again. So, this part is really awkward to explain, but basically, she forces herself on Lincoln in a twisted attempt to get burned, hoping that if their family finds out, they will hate them both. That way, Lincoln will be stuck with Luna forever. Lincoln screams for help, but apparently his entire family is either deaf or
It's
they
not
just
gonna
don't
work,
give a
man.
fuck because no one comes to help him. He also tries to fight back, but to no avail. He's easily overpowered by his older sister, who starts him once again. After some time,
She's like a
someone
fucking
finally
horror
wakes
movie.
up and goes to check on Lincoln. It's Luann. She quickly understands what's going on, but before there's any kind of confrontation between her and Luna, Chapter 2 ends. The next chapter shows the aftermath of the confrontation. Luann is lying on the ground bleeding, leading us to believe that Luna attacked her. While bleeding out, Luann tells Lincoln to make a run for it. Luna, meanwhile, seems completely paralyzed after the attack, and all of a sudden, she starts having a flashback, one that shows us when her obsession with Lincoln first began.
What the fuck is going on?
Luna and Luann are getting ready to go to school.
Wait a minute.
Something is bothering
Why is there
Luna.
different
She
animation
suspects
throughout
that
each
her boyfriend
scene?
is just using her to get closer to her sister Lenny. But
Damn, their animation skills are pretty talented, though. I'm not gonna lie, but it's despite it being weird and disgusting, can't tell that the animation is kind of
she
good.
can't be sure.
At
Least not yet.
But how many animators did they
school,
make
she
this?
gets picked on by some bullies who feed Luna's insecurity by saying that her boyfriend really is planning to use her to get to Lenny. Now, Luna is more paranoid than ever. She needs to go talk to her boyfriend to confirm that all of these allegations are false. But sadly
It's
for
right.
her, he ends up confirming that the rumors are in fact true. This response makes Luna angry, really angry. So angry that she goes full Mike Tyson and punches the guy. However, equal rights mean equal fights, so he slaps her back and leaves right after. While Luna was off discovering the sad truth about her boyfriend, these bitches were busy coming up with new ways to make Luna's
It's like they
life
had 3
even
different
more
animators
miserable.
making
And
this.
they have just come up with a plan that apparently involves Luna's sister, Luann. Luna goes to get some stuff from her locker and ends up finding a letter from someone claiming to be her biggest fan, asking her to meet them behind the school after class. Wow, that letter doesn't seem suspicious at all. I'm sure nothing bad will happen. After class, Luna goes behind the school like the letter said, only to find a literal fucking fan waiting for her. Luann comes out of the bushes.
That is funny.
But judging by the look on her face afterward, it seems like she wasn't expecting to be pranking her own sister. Shortly after,
She does
the
that in the
bully
actual
bitches
show.
came out of the bushes too. This was all their plan. They manipulate Luna into thinking that Luann was the mastermind behind the prank, which leaves Luna absolutely furious. Luann tries to apologize,
But the damage
this
is
is
done.
where Luna's true Yandere colors come out. She first to kill Luann if she ever crosses her again.
Oh yay, Warner Brothers. Let's buy another one.
Everything changes.
Tom Cruise. What is he doing here?
One day you're a cat.
I'm gonna watch that movie
so
later.
now we know the meaning behind that one nightmare Luna had. She was reliving this exact memory, and this also explains why she holds such a grudge against Luann. She felt completely betrayed. After such a rough day, Luna is struggling to sleep at night, but maybe making amends with Luann will help her get some rest. After all, Luna said some really messed up things to her when she was completely out of it. As she's climbing up the stairs, Luna starts hearing some, sussy noises coming from Lincoln's room. And when she decides to go check out what's going on, she catches Lincoln himself. Luna sits.
Wait, so this dude was gooning? The dude was just caught gooning? Yikes. That's unexpected. So scared to see that one. Lincoln Gooner. Never expect that thing to happen. It's like he can't catch a break during any situation he's in on every single comic. That's an ultimate yikes, man.
Hearing some sussy noises coming from Lincoln's room. And when she decides to go check out what's going on, she catches Lincoln himself. Luna sits down with Lincoln to have a talk. Apparently, Lincoln saw a corn video at Rusty's house and he couldn't get it out of his head. He also mentions that sometimes it's hard for him around the house because Luna and the others walk around in their underwear, especially Lenny. When Lincoln specifically mentions Lenny, something snaps in Luna's head. All
Trouble.
her life, people have told her how perfect her sister Lenny is, her boyfriend, her bullies, and now even Lincoln.
Yikes.
Luna is sick of always being in second place, of always being compared to Lenny,
She's about to become
of
a villain.
everyone choosing Lenny over her, but not anymore. Luna asks Lincoln if he thinks she's pretty, if he'd like to have someone like her as a girlfriend. Lincoln is overwhelmed by all of the sudden questions, and honestly, more worried about the fact that his own sister just caught him off. So he asks,
bro.
Are you going to tell on me?
This is like the plot of a Brazzers video. I can't with this, bro. If you all seen those, oh wait, hold on. Brazzers. Luna's so-called boyfriend is trash. Sam is better. Shit is way too funny.
Which Luna responds, Do you want to touch me?
Oh no, bro.
Even though Lincoln is years old and at that age he's more than capable of understanding that this is a really bad thing, he gladly accepts Luna's offer.
No.
And of course,
No.
they won't stop at
No,
just
bro.
touching.
No.
Much
Anything
further,
but that.
doing a lot of other nasty things. After this, Luna's mind snaps back to the present, where things aren't looking good. Her hands are covered in blood. Luen's blood, to be more precise, who now lies on the floor. Before Luna has time to make sense of what happened while she was out of her mind, she hears someone call her name, Lenny, who is obviously terrified by the whole scene. Judging by the look on Luna's face, Lenny is probably her next victim.
Uh-oh,
However,
trouble.
we will never know, because this is where Chapter 3 ends, and after that, the creator never released anything else. I did some digging, and apparently there were plans to continue the series. The creator even posted the cover art for Chapter 4.
Why does it look like Friday the 13th?
The caption, 1 day of 1 week of 1 month of next
That's
year.
fantastic.
It was clearly hinting at the release close to Halloween 2022. But here we are in 2025 and still nothing. Based on the cover art for Chapter 4, which, by the way, is a reference to the movie posters for the Halloween films, you can see Lincoln's and Lenny's reflections in the knife Luna's holding. So I guess the plot was going to be about Luna trying to kill them both. But like I said,
we'll
we will
probably never know. That's SpongeBob. I'm more of a jokester.
Likely received the backlash and therefore decided not to make a next chapter. But can you really blame the people that blame them? The premise of the comic is literally just Luna and the Broken Leader. So what are my thoughts about the comic?
Oh, that was it. There's another one. Jeez. Oh, there's another one. Enchilada, bro. Let's get started.
The Love House fan comics suck. And trust me, I'm an expert on this, okay? Throughout my very recent rise on YouTube, I have read a lot of Love House fanfics and fan comics. Some I made videos about, some I didn't, but one thing is for sure, they are all messed up in some way. But to give them credit, they are also addictive as hell. As soon as I read the first pages of one, some inexplicable force compels me to read the rest of them until I reach the point of no return. This happened to me with the comics It's Not Your Fault, Rewrite the Stars, and last year The Secret. I thought that would be my last Loud House fan comic video because I assumed I had already covered the most disturbing comics this shithole of a fandom had created. But what do you know, there's always a bigger fish. There's always some dark corner of the internet you haven't visited, where there's a big boogeyman hiding. And that boogeyman is the topic of today's video. A Loud House fan comic so messed up that it led to the arrest of its creator. And as usual, before diving into the comic, I gotta warn you about the disturbing topics I'm gonna mention. If you're not new to the channel, you're probably...
What the hell is yonder? Hold on. Hold on real quick. How is yonder sensitive? I know incest and murder is, but how is yonder sensitive? I'm confused. Was this added for jokes or something? I guess it is. It makes you look like a plot of Supernatural. I don't know why this show keep on getting milked for years until they finally decide to pull the plug. Because they've been doing it for 10 years straight.
Familiar with these already, but if you are, just take a quick look at them and see if you're comfortable continuing.
The comic, funnily enough, is just called The Loud Comic, and if you somehow stumbled upon it online, you do probably think it's just a normal fan-made Love House comic, even though we all know those don't exist. I wasn't able to find the original website where these were posted, but it was probably on Tumblr or DeviantArt, by the user Jump, who is also the guy who later got arrested. I was gonna give you a tour of his DeviantArt gallery since his
What the
Tumblr
hell
got
is all
nuked,
this?
but, actually, you know what? Let's just skip to the comic. The comic is divided into 4 chapters, and summarized, it's basically about how obsessed Luen is with Lincoln, romantically, and how far she's willing to go to make him love her back. And let me tell you right off the bat, she goes pretty far. Each chapter cover looks like a page taken straight from Luen's notebook. The first one features a sketch of Lincoln with a bunch of hearts and the caption, "I love my brother." And there's also a little note saying, "You cannot give your brother a Valentine's card, see me." Which makes it pretty obvious that Luen wrote one of those Valentine letters you make in school, but some teacher caught a glimpse of what she was doing and got extremely concerned and left a note basically saying, "Look, we need to talk about this." The
I
first
thought this
chapter
was an
starts in a
adorable
really
card,
strange
but
way.
we all know
Ronnie
how
Ann,
this one
of
goes.
Lincoln's romantic interests, wakes up after being unconscious and
Is that
realizes
Ronnie
she's
Anna?
tied to a chair. A voice from behind her goes, "Oh, you're awake." And that voice is none other than Luen. She's holding a baseball bat partially covered in Ronnie Ann's blood. They are in some kind of sewer, miles away from the nearest house. Luen starts explaining that she's taking Ronnie Ann out because she's interfering with her plans to get close to Lincoln. And Ronnie Ann's response to being kidnapped and about to get murdered is calling Luen unfunny and a joke. Which, I mean, if I got kidnapped, the last thing I would do is to rage bait my kidnapper that's holding a baseball bat.
I would say.
And to no surprise,
Wow.
Luen kills
Okay.
her. Very gruesomely, might I add.
You got
After
knocked
that,
the
Luen just
fuck
goes
out.
home like nothing happened. She finds Lincoln crying in bed because he got a letter from Ronnie Ann saying she hates him. Plot twist, the letter wasn't from Ronnie Ann. It was from Luen. She also sent another fake letter to Ronnie Ann pretending to be Lincoln, telling her to meet him in an abandoned warehouse, which ultimately led to her death. But girl, that's on you. Warehouse at night. That's some
Bro, use
girl.
an actual
That's
photo
on
of
telling her
Ronnie and
to
I'm
meet him in an
crying.
abandoned warehouse, which ultimately.
Honestly, what makes it worse is she's been appearing less and less on the actual show ever since she moved. Casa Grandes was not in after season 1. It's basically just George Lopez with an extended family.
Led to her death. But girl, that's on you. Who the fuck goes to an abandoned warehouse at night? That's some Scooby-Doo shit. Luen tells Lincoln a bunch of shitty jokes, which makes him forget about everything and to fall asleep in her arms. Meanwhile, Lucy goes to the warehouse and finds Ronnie Ann's corpse with the baseball bat still in her mouth. Lucy didn't just stumble
Oh,
onto
yay,
the
eye
crime scene.
reveal.
She knew exactly where to find it, and she knows who did it as well. She takes the bat, cleans it, and places it next to Lin Lau Jr. while she's sleeping, because apparently the bat belonged to Lin. The next morning, Lin comes into the kitchen practicing some swings with the bat, which scares the living shit out of Luen, since it's literally evidence from the crime she committed last night. She asks Lin where she got it, but Lin just says that she woke up and the baseball bat was just there. Luen doesn't believe her, which starts a fight between the two of them.
Brawl in the
as Lucy
family,
had
cough,
planned,
cough.
because now she can have some alone time with Lincoln. I don't like where this is going. She goes inside his room and asks him to
Good
listen to one
crime
of her
solver, but
poems.
not a
The poem
good.
she reads out loud is a metaphor to express her love for Lincoln. But he doesn't understand because he's a dumbass. So she just straight up says it out loud that she loves him and then goes for a little smoochie. And on the last page of this chapter, it's revealed that Luen has mounted a full-on
Hello,
CCTV
art girl.
system in Lincoln's room that lets her videotape him 24/7.
Wait a minute. This is all filmed on
The
camera?
cover of the second chapter is yet another drawing from Luen's notebook. This time, it features a drawing of Luen and Lincoln getting married. And once again, it has a little note written down. Luen, you have been told about these pictures in the past. So this means two things. First, Luen's obsession with Lincoln has been
Oh,
going
why is
on
this
for a
frame so
long time
creepy?
now. And second, she's very bad at hiding it, since this is at least the second time a teacher has caught one of these pages. The second chapter starts where the first one left off, with Luen and Lin fighting and Lincoln
Previously
and
on the
Lucy
Aquabat
doing,
Super Show.
Stuff? Aha, Lincoln, you are banging your sister.
Lori, the older sister, stops the fight and tells Luann to go get ready because she has an appointment with her therapist. They go upstairs to get ready, and the noise causes Lincoln and Lucy to stop doing the you-know-what in fear of getting caught. As Luann and Lori are about to leave for the appointment, Luann catches a glimpse of Lucy trying to sneak out of Lincoln's room,
Busted.
which doesn't make Luann happy. And considering what happened to the last person who made her angry, I don't think that's a good sign for Lucy. Luckily for Lucy, though, Luann doesn't have time to deal with her right now because she has an appointment with her therapist. It's not her first therapy session.
Lango
Matter of fact, by the look on
MD.
her face, it seems she has been through a lot of them, and she definitely doesn't look forward to another one. Lori tries to cheer Luann up by saying, "Remember, Luann, this is to help you." But Luann whispers, "I think it's too late for that." As soon as she enters the office, she puts on a mask, a fake smile, and an energetic, happy tune. Probably to deceive the therapist into thinking she has
the
slowly
joke,
been
she
getting
gets the
better
last
after
laugh.
all these meetings, even though we know that's not the case. The psychologist doesn't seem to fall for Luann's act. He knows Luann doesn't like the sessions, and he questions her about her weird behavior the last time they met. "I was quite concerned with how we left last time, Luann. You refused to engage. Would you like to talk about what happened?" Luann responds saying it was because she had seen an horror movie the night before the meeting, and that was the reason she was so quiet and down. "Oh, it was an horror movie, Doc. I saw it the night before. I guess it affected me more than I thought."
Why do they
But
always
what
have
the
to be
doctor
like
doesn't
horror
know
movies?
is that the movie she mentioned is actually referring to a videotape she had recorded of Lincoln's room through her
I'll watch that one
CCTV
after this
system.
one.
The comic shows us exactly what Luann had seen that night, and it was something really disturbing.
Oh shit, God, I commented on that one.
The tape starts with Lincoln sleeping peacefully in his bed, but in the middle of the night, Lynn enters the room asking to sleep with Lincoln, using the excuse that Lucy was reading poems late at night. Lincoln agrees, but then she takes off her clothes, lays next to him, and they start doing very disturbing acts. Luann wanted to do something about it. Her anger was so uncontrollable that she started bleeding from her mouth. But ultimately, she couldn't really do anything. The only thing she could do was watch. Meanwhile, Lucy and Lincoln are discussing some very important topics about their, peculiar relationship. Like how they would hide it from other people and how their babies would look like. Would they have white hair? Would they be blonde? Would they be significantly deformed?
Why does it look like Seamus?
Very disturbing acts. Luann wanted to do something about it. Her anger was so uncontrollable that she started bleeding from her mouth. But ultimately, she couldn't really do anything. The only thing she could do was watch.
I got Oreos, so I'm gonna eat them later. I'm not sure about that one.
Meanwhile, Lucy and Lincoln are discussing some very important topics about their, peculiar relationship. Like how they would hide it from other people and how their babies would look like. Would they have white hair? Would they be blonde? Would they look like Seamus? Because their genetic code is literally the same? Who knows? Only time will tell. But the discussion is cut short as they start doing even more questionable activities.
One eternity later.
After many hours of sin and me bleaching my eyes, Lincoln and Lucy go downstairs to watch some cartoons. When suddenly, someone knocks at the door. Lincoln opens it and it's the police.
Busted.
They found out about Lincoln's relationship with some of his sisters, and after months of compiling evidence, they are here to arrest him. No, I'm just joking. The cops are actually there because Lynn broke the neighbor's window with a baseball.
I thought this was about to
They
happen.
no idea about the atrocities happening inside that house. Sadly, Lynn pays for the window using Lincoln's money, which makes him crash out. But don't worry, Lincoln. She says she will pay you back later. Oh, that's what she meant.
That's what she
Lincoln
meant?
get into a big discussion as Lincoln finally realizes that maybe dating not one but two of his sisters isn't such a great idea. Their discussion is interrupted by Lucy, and I might as well stop talking about the comic here because there are only a few pages left and they don't tell us that much. In case you're wondering, the comic isn't finished and its future is kind of uncertain. mostly because of some mystery surrounding its creator. Since the comic's controversial release in 2016, its creator has taken a lot of breaks and hiatuses between page releases. Over time, those breaks became significantly longer. To give you an idea, the first chapter had 44 pages and was released in mid-2016. The second chapter is harder to trace, but it was either released alongside the first one or a few months later in late 2016, and it had around 54 pages. Chapter 3 came out in early 2019 with only 13 pages, and Chapter 4 currently has 9 pages.
Let me check. Hold on. Wait, let me check. She has to be at least like 6 years old or something.
Oh, never mind. I just found out. I'm curious. Why does she cover her eyes all the time? I think that's like 4 or 6 years or something. 20. I think that's around like 4 years or something. I'm trying to count. Gotta make sure if I get this right. It gets even more strange each time. Yeah, I got it right. Oh, shit. Hold on. His Land's like 14 years old, if I remember. Oh, let me check if I got it right. Yeah, she was 14 years old. That's another 4 years. Wait, no, that's 3 years. My fault. Did some research, and this is what you get. It is confirmed. Oh, this is confirmed, so yeah.
Pages. Its development started sometime in 2022, but the publication of new pages has been extremely inconsistent, borderline uncertain. There are some somewhat recent tweets made by Jump mentioning the comic, even one where he posted finished pages for pages 10 and 11 from the 4th chapter in early 2024. And he occasionally publishes comic strips with similar content from the Loud House, which may or may not indicate his continued interest in this type of content. One big piece that is most likely correlated to all of this was Jump's arrest in late 2017. Not much is known about what actually happened, but what we know is that in October 2017, Jump posted a sort of mini-comic called Jump's Last Message, The Dawn of a New Era. In this comic, Lincoln receives a letter from Jump himself saying, "Dearest Lincoln, I must leave you. Why, I cannot say. Where I'm going, you cannot know. How I will get there, I haven't decided yet. But one thing I can tell you. Anytime I hear the wind blow, it will whisper the name Lincoln." I'm sorry, but what the fuck is this letter? Is this supposed to be some kind of love letter or what? Anyway, Lincoln goes to confront Jump about this drastic decision, and he never really explains to him the reason why he's going to disappear, only saying that a few things had happened, and they are hard to explain. A few months after posting this, Jump Jump would make an announcement on his now-deleted Tumblr. The post title was, "So, you all wanna know why I disappeared and what happened to the Loud comic." In this post, he would clarify the reason why he was gone from October 2017 to January 2018. To put it short, basically Jump Jump is a British bloke in it, and in the UK there are some strict laws regarding on what you can draw and what you can't draw. According to Jump Jump's own account in the post, an anonymous user contacted authorities, falsely claiming that his Love House fan art involved real children. This led to his arrest in October 2017, with police seizing his devices and social services temporarily removing his children from home. Yup, this guy is married, by the way. He describes the abuse traumatic, leading to mental health struggles, including 2 attempts to take his own life due to the stress. However, on the last day of January, a court hearing ruled in his favor on the custody issue, with no evidence found to support the heinous claims made against him. The matter appears to have been resolved without formal charges or a conviction. After this, Jump Jump gradually returned online, resuming his work on the Loud House comic. The long hiatuses seem tied to personal matters, mental health recovery, and life priorities. As of 2026, he's still active, posting occasional sketches, but the comic's future remains uncertain, with no clear timeline for completion. So yeah, maybe he will finish it, maybe he won't. Honestly, I don't know. Who knows? That's just fucking strange. But yeah, it's pretty much. The fuck am I missing? Oh yeah, I forgot something. Hold on, hold on. This is not it. It's not it. Yeah, it's not it. There's one more we have to do. I almost forgot about that one. Hold on. It's one I commented on a few days ago, or months ago, or weeks ago. I don't know. But whatever. You can't forget this last one to end it all off. We're not doing the Lionsgate logo this time. The fuck is that?
This is a scrapped scene or alternate scene that is quite different from the original episode 1 of Shaolin Originals, aka Shaolin Chronicles Abridged. But the dialogue was kinda odd and had different scene of Omi and Ping Pong doing, enjoy the show and have some eye bleach.
Pardon me. I just took a massive dump. Pardon my shitty language. Hi, I'm whatever. Nice to meet you. I was trained to be a dragon warrior because I want to join your team. Because you seem pretty cool.
Fine,
whatever. I guess you're the new character, I guess. But I have to give you a name first.
Didn't this show come out around like 2003 or something? 2003, 2002, 2001, 2004, something. I know what's new. Scooby-Doo came out in 2002. I know this was on Kids WB. But when did the original show came out?
How about dildo?
No, not it.
No, that's inappropriate. How about Tokafukawa? No, that's a girl's name. You're a boy. How about King Chonga Wingo? No, that's racist. I have to think of something else. Think something that I used to play as balls.
I think you're just thinking masturbation.
Oh, I got it. Ping pong.
That's an actual cool name. Thank you so much, homie. I can barely kiss you. I should do that right now.
Wait, whoa, no. Oh, hell no. George Lopez also came out in 2002. Hold on. Fuck it, I'll just search it up. Maybe 2009, so yeah. It has to be from 2002. Come on, damn you. Load, you piece of fuck. Oh, it came out in 2003. Hilarious. Yeah, that's when it came out, 2003. Chronicles came out later. Wait a minute. Is it rare to catch it? Hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna catch that one. Exile and Shaw came out in 2003, so this is a very old show. It's like almost 10 years, it's like, hold on, I think it's like 23 years old. I'm gonna add that to the list later. So yeah, the Scrap minisode is hilarious, but yeah, no, that's all there is. The script is still in the works, so hope y'all enjoy Tyler Perry Presents Wine, which nobody likes Tyler Perry anyway. So yeah, all right, I'm gonna go. Get out of here. I'm gone. As soon as I get this thing ready, I'm gonna go finish working on my checklist and do the script. Also, fuck Tyler Perry. His movies are shit. Nobody's Fool was terrible.